Hey everyone, welcome back to the show. Right here, I have with me Bob Knight, who is one of my most favorite traders. He is super good, really well versed trader based out of Vancouver, and he trades a very unique style. He does everything from swing trades to day trades to making a couple trades on what the single stock every single day. Pumps out really great videos on his trade results, and this has been somebody that I've been following for a while. I love his trades, so I'm happy to have him on the show. Hey Bob, how are you doing today?
Yeah, great. Thanks very much, Wilson. Appreciate you taking the call and the time to do this interview.
Yeah, definitely. So you mentioned pre-interview that today was a good day for you, right?
Yeah, I had one, two, three, four, five, six trades today, but made most of the money on Mankind. I initially had it on my watch list this morning, traded off it, had a little run, didn't like the action, I sold it, and then I got back in when it bounced and ran it. Got the meat of the move on it, so it was a good day for me. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. I love Mankind as well. I profited a lot off that. That was one of my highlights of the day. Made me happy and made up for yesterday's bad day, right? Uh,
There you
but
go.
but everyone has their bad days, right? You just gotta take it and move forward. So how do you
100%
get?
correct.
Yes. So how do you get into trading to start with in the beginning?
I was I've always been involved in the markets for many many years, but I never was a day trader. And then I thought I would take the day trading up. I started a couple of years ago now, I guess maybe three, and I came across Tim Sykes' website and liked what he had to say and offer. And I signed up as one of his challenge students, and then they were kind enough to keep me on their site. I guess because I'm a prolific poster of stuff. So yeah, so I've been for sort of 3 years, I guess, day trading.
And how long did it take for you to start actually getting onto things, catching on, and becoming consistently profitable?
I was. It took me about 3 months, but I started. What I've been doing the past 3 years is um, I started with very small size, and as I got more comfortable, I started to up my sizes. So when I first started, I was just trading 1 or 200 shares at a crack, and then I went to 500, then I went to 1,000 shares, then I went to $5,000 a trade, $10,000 trade. Now I'm up to trading. My goal right now is to trade at $60,000 per trade, between
Six.
40,000 and $60,000 per trade.
Wow, that's a pretty big amount now, right? So
Yeah, yeah. But so what I did though is I got comfortable with everything. And I know, I mean, I'm profitable at 1,000 shares or 2,000 shares, so there's no reason I shouldn't be profitable at 5 or 10,000 shares. It's all about emotions. You just got to keep the emotions out of it. It's just a business. It's clean, cool, collect, nothing. You just follow your patterns. Doesn't matter what the size is. If the size bothers you, then size back down until you get comfortable with it, and then move back up because you don't want any emotions in what you're doing.
right. So you mentioned that you're a fan of Tim Sykes, and he's a really well known like a penny stock trader, right? Him, his students like Tim Gratani, a lot of people that learn from him is they're all about penny stocks or momentum day trading where everything goes by really really fast. But for you, you have a very unique style. You tend to mix things in like swing trading. Like I saw that you held a stock for I don't know 5 6 days. What kind of makes you like find a stock and feel like, hey, I should hold this on for 5 6 days?
It's all about price action. I just read the charts. I look at the charts and they tell me what to do. So if a stock is not maybe so necessarily so volatile, but it's in a strong uptrend, then I'll hold it and let it run until I see a time that it's time to exit. For instance, I'm long. I'm sorry. I'm short. Um, I gotta think of the name of the
Too
stock now.
much on your watch
Short.
list.
Yeah. No, I'm short. Oh, I'm sorry, I'm drawing a blank. Anyways, I shorted it at 41.90 back in April. I'm still
Yeah.
short, I'm only short 500 shares, but the stocks, my price target is 22,
Wow.
and yeah, it's trading at 23 and a half right now, so I'm pretty close to my target area.
Right. So each
So,
time.
but I've held it for a long time, but the same, but lots are like that. It's just the price action. The stock looks like it needs to be 10 minutes. It's 10 cents or 10 minutes. I'll trade it like that. Or if it price action says that it's a swing, then I'll keep it on,
And
keep the trade on.
what defines that price action for you usually?
Uh, yeah, just the chart. I mean, I have the patterns that that I follow, that I'm looking at, trend lines and channel lines. The 5 and the 15 exponential moving averages I use. I'm a big fan of buying breakouts or first pullbacks. So if it's in a strong uptrend, the trend is your friend. Just if it's trending up, you just let it ride. Just go with it. Now, having said that, I sell all the way up as well. I don't hold. I don't hold for the top because you never know where it is. My
Right, right,
theory,
right.
I have a theory, and the theory is you sell some at the bottom, some at the top, and all the rest in between.
Right. So sell for partial profit, right? I always tell that to everyone, sell for partial
That's correct.
profit. And if
Yep,
necessary, you can always buy back into it later if you like it, right? So
correct.
so I love that. I love that theory. And I love your theory how it's really unique and different from other people is how you like selling on the breakout, like on the way up.
Yeah,
Whereas
yeah, no, for sure. Yeah, I
for,
have to
for
sell all
me
the time.
yesterday that's the mistake I made, right? With MCTV, I saw it was going up. I thought it would go higher. So when it had the pullback, I was like, it'll come back up, and it didn't, and it continued to drop with some crazy, within like 2 minutes, right? It just dropped. So I love that view, and but sometimes when you're selling on the breakout, don't you feel like you might be missing out because it could go higher?
Well, that's a very good point that you make. And let's go a trade that I did today, Mankind.
Right.
And you never know when it's going to be the top
Mm-hmm.
and when it's going to peak out. And this stock hit a high of 650. Let's say I hadn't been piecing it out at 650,
Mm-hmm.
and it makes a double top there, and
Mm-hmm.
then in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 minutes, it drops 75 cents. But in the
Right.
first minute, it drops 50 cents, right?
Yep. Yep.
Okay.
I was in that
Or one that
situation.
or a stock that I was long yesterday. Well, I'm still long today, but because I bought some more of it. But GBT,
Okay.
GBT. Just pulling up the chart on here. So in 5, 10, 15, 20 minutes, it goes from 33 and a half to 32,
To
down a
32.
buck
Yep.
and a yeah, down a buck and a half.
Right.
Now, it's a straight drop down. If you got a position, you can't get out of that stock. You can't try and hold it all and then try and get it all out at the same time. And it's dropping too fast. You don't know where it's going. So you're waiting for a bounce, and it just keeps going. It keeps going. So So your point is, don't you feel you're missing out? Not at all. I don't know if you play golf or anything like that, but
Right.
when I'm a golfer,
Right. I'm not.
I stand up at the tee box. I
Yeah.
hit a drive. Good, bad, or indifferent. I hit a drive. I walk up to my ball. I'm not thinking anything about my last hit. I'm only thinking about my next one.
Right.
Same with stocks. I trade a stock. If I sell it, I don't care if it goes up or down. It makes no difference to me whatsoever. I have no emotional attachment to that stock. I don't even. It goes up another dollar. God bless somebody that's going to make more money than me. So I'm happy for them. I have a style. I have a rules that I follow. I don't break my rules, and if I do, that's when I lose money. So I don't break my rules, and so when the stock is going up, I'm selling into it. If it breaks out and I miss the break, so what? There's going to be another stock within the next 10, 15 minutes, next day, whatever, next week for me to trade. I don't really care.
Man.
If I do a trade, that's my trade, and I
Man.
don't.
That's
I
a
have no emotional
super
attachment.
That's a super good point right there, and that's actually a valuable lesson for me from my loss yesterday. I was waiting for it to go a little bit higher. I thought it was going to break out, and today, luckily, I didn't make that mistake with mankind. So, of course, I didn't take as much profit as some of the traders out there, the lucky ones, but I didn't take that big stress with the big drop as well. So I'm pretty happy about it. But it's a valuable lesson for me, and you make a extremely good point on that end. Very valuable lesson for anyone that's day trading as well. So I definitely see your point right there. Would you consider yourself as more of a swing trader or a day trader, or like how do you analyze or screen for a stock?
I have over 100 stocks alerted.
Mm-hmm.
So I find a stock I like. Maybe it's a previous runner. Maybe it's up that day, big percentage gainer. A lot of reasons. Or it's a it's it's making a U bottom. Whatever the case may be, I find stocks I like, or it's in a strong uptrend. Or if you know anything about Elliott wave, it's in the fourth wave of a 5 wave chart, or it's breaking. Looks like it's the start of a fifth wave. I have over 100 of those stocks alerted.
Right.
And but I've done my research on those stocks. Like I know how many shares are outstanding. I know, I know the patterns of them, what they're looking at, and I know the entry level I want. And I alert the stock usually 10 to 20 cents below that level. When the alert goes off, I look at the stock, and one of two things happens. I either get ready to trade it, or I reset the alert because it's there's maybe not enough volume, it's not at the right price, the chart's changed, whatever. And then probably every day really, but probably more 3 or 4 days, I go through my whole list and I eliminate failed charts, get rid of them, or ones that are no longer interest me. I take them out because I'm always adding more. So it's a big rotation. But I mean, like today, what was the
ITEK, right?
yeah, ITEK. I had
Yeah.
that alerted. I've had it alerted for over 2 months.
Oh man.
Oh yeah, no, I had it,
Have
and
you ever? I'm just
because it was a
curious.
big base,
Yeah.
and I'm just pulling the chart up on it now. Yeah,
Ha-
I've had this alerted for. It had that big drop back
right.
in
Right.
at the end of last year,
Okay.
uh, and it just I probably had it alerted for 6 months, and waiting for it to break above the 235 level, and today it did. My alert went off. I watched it, and my entry level was I was looking at was 2.5 because it had a big gap to fill up to 6, and I got long at 265, bit of a chase, but the momentum was good, and I sold it. Uh, it was midday, so I only took 2,000 shares. I would normally take a bigger position now, but I only took two. I sold 500 shares each at 305, 330, 345, and then when it started to crash, I sold the balance at 330.
There you go, man. History repeats itself. I always say
Yep,
that, right?
yep,
So have you
yep.
ever held onto a stock for like 6 months to wait for that moment to come?
Yeah, well, like CATM, that was the one I was thinking
Yeah.
about that I'm short.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, I shorted that back in April at 41.90.
What a long wait. What a long wait. Patience is virtue, though, right? So
Yep.
that's
So
the
it was
key.
it's up a bit today, but it broke down. It hit a low of 22.90 the other day. I'm
Right.
thinking it's going to hit 22, and that's so I'm just letting it ride. I'm up about 10 grand on it, but just
Right.
happy to keep it.
Right.
It's a good trade and it's positive, and so I'll let it run as long as it makes sense. But if the chart changes, then I'll cover it.
Gotcha. Gotcha. So you take your profits when you need to, when you reach your point. So for example,
Take them
since
when you want to, not when you need to.
yeah. So right now, let's take an example since we're talking about long term, right?
Hmm.
If we take a look at MTBC, the one that I failed on yesterday, right? If you look at its
Hmm.
past, it's been like a supernova like 2 times before, right? But it was way back, like months back.
Hmm.
So this happened again. But
It
this
did.
time
Yep.
it has way better news, right? Much more solid company. And they have earnings and a conference coming up, I think in like less than a month.
I would never hold through earnings.
You would never hold through earnings.
I
So
never hold through earnings.
right, but will you hold until
Every day
before
I check to
earnings?
see what if any of the stocks that I'm trading have earnings coming out, anything I'm swinging.
But do you ever hold it until before earnings, like the day before?
Yep,
Oh, so you
yep.
wait for that pump.
That's yeah. But I would never hold it overnight if earnings are the next or that night or the next day.
Just not worth the gamble, right?
That's right.
Right. So that's a
Yep.
lot of research right there because you have to check your entire watch list to see if there's an earnings coming up.
Just stocks I'm trading, just the ones I'm trading.
Gotcha. Gotcha.
Yep.
And usually you don't hold on to a lot of positions, right? You rather have,
Not overnight.
yeah,
I generally don't hold too much overnight. No.
got it. You rather have enough buying power in terms of cash, right?
Yep.
To make your trades. Yeah, that's pretty
Yep.
cool. So what are some of the tools that you use right now to make your trades? Like what are some of your must have,
I really like using the stocks to trade, the
right?
charting program.
Okay. Yep.
It's very efficient for me. I know some people have had troubles with it, having to keep it running, and I
Yep.
was too. And then so what I did is I bought a new computer. It's a very powerful bells and whistle kind of computer. I never have any trouble with stocks trading. It's a great program. I use that. I've got 4 monitors. I keep charts, smaller charts on all of them on my monitors, and uh, I watch FinViz. I watch Twitter. Twitter. I read that all the time.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, I'm in Tim's chat room, so I see
Mm-hmm.
what guys are trading there. Not that I normally trade what others are trading there, but it's always
Yeah.
good to see what people are up to.
Most definitely, yes.
Yeah.
So
And
what about for broker? What do you use for your broker?
I have 2 brokers. I use
Gotcha.
Interactive Broker and SureTrader.
Gotcha. So I've heard a lot of problems with SureTrader from some of the people that I'm connected with that uses them. But interactive brokers is great. I use
Yeah,
eTrade.
I've never had any trouble with SureTrade. I don't know why these people have so much trouble with them. I've never had any trouble.
Hmm.
I mean, sure, every once in a while there's a glitch in their system, but I'm sure that's true. I've had the same thing happen in Interactive Brokers as well. So
Of course. Well, let's just
yeah,
hope that glitch doesn't happen when you need to exit a stock, right?
oh, it has.
Oh, it
I've had it
has?
happen.
Ooh,
Yep,
that's a red
yep.
flag. That's a red
Well,
flag.
it's not necessarily their fault. It might be my, internet goes down or the power goes out or, you know, those are all things that you
Right.
can't foresee.
Right.
And of course, there's a guy named Murphy, and he wrote some laws. And basically, his law is that the time that you need most to get out of a trade is the time that your computer system will fail.
Oh man, dude, the worst is when the internet goes down. That happened to me.
Yep, for sure. So I can trade off my cell phone. I never do, but I can. So if my internet goes down and I'm in a trade, I can get out.
Oh, just thunder the hotspot, right?
Yeah, or whatever. Yeah, I'm just just on whatever. Just
Oh,
on
the
wire.
app. The app. Right.
Yeah, I mean it's running on if the internet's down, but I just use the phone, right?
Yeah, that's true. With the mobile app, right?
Yep,
Yeah.
mobile app. Yep.
Gotcha. That's perfect. That's perfect. That's really good to know. So, do you read any books or like do you recommend any type of like courses on trading for the newbies?
Well, I mean, Tim Sykes has got more information than a guy could ever need to learn how to trade.
Mm-hmm. So
Books themselves, not really. I didn't really read any books. I'm all just self-taught. I mean, I shouldn't say self-taught because I did Tim's courses, but but my trading style just evolves. I just look at different ways to read the charts and just so basically from Tim I've grown and gone to more. Now I'm doing a lot of trend lines and resistance and support, and I'd like to use the EMAs, the exponential moving averages, to give me direction, not so much where to buy and sell, but more just to show the direction of the trade.
gotcha. Perfect. Yeah. So a lot of people love those indicators like RSIs and stuff like that. But your
Yeah, I
favorite?
don't use any of those.
Oh, you don't use any of
EMA,
those.
no,
EMA.
EMA is the only thing I use.
Gotcha.
Like VWAP, I don't get.
You don't use
Guys
it?
are always no, I never even look at it because Every time I look at it, stocks go up and down through VWAP like a hot knife through butter. I never understand how guys can put so much faith in VWAP. It doesn't make any sense to me. But
I hear
that's
you. I
just
hear you. Same thing with for the RSI for me. I see something that's overbought, and it's still, it's still going up.
one of Tim's cohorts, the other gurus, the Superman he
Yeah,
goes by.
yeah. The swing
He
trader.
he only yeah, he only goes long with when the RSI is over 70. That's his style. So yeah, I never followed the
That's
RSI
a
either.
that's a long term game. That's a long term game.
No. He's well, yeah. He is not so much a day trader, but
Yeah,
he looks for deal. But when they go over 70, that's when he starts recommending them.
I love his
And
trading
his
style too, but I feel like a lot of the stocks that he picks are kind of like no volume at all.
oh, his stocks never have any volume. That's for sure.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's too thin for me. But
it takes
yeah,
like way too long. I mean, it's profitable. Of course, it's great companies. No doubt, but it takes too long. It's like saying Nokia's revenue is improving, but the stock's not moving. Right?
yeah,
So
exactly.
yeah,
Yeah,
so I don't like those type of stocks. I like more of a momentum, but not too fast paced. Mankind was a little bit too fast paced, but I
you got
enjoyed
to be
it.
fast. On those trades, I'm using hotkeys.
Oh, you are with
Yep,
interactive broker or short trade.
both.
Gotcha. Perfect.
Yep,
Perfect.
yep.
So for those people that want to, let's say they want to learn from you or they want to follow you, what's the best way to contact you?
Well, I post everything on Profitly,
Hmm.
and or you can. I'm on Twitter as well, uh, where I have a website. You can just Google it, TurboBob Trading, and it'll take you to my website. But I'm also on Twitter.
What's your Twitter handle?
Uh, yeah, I'm just looking that up.
So for people that want to go to TurboBob
Tur-
Trading, it's bknightfg.wixsite.com. That's what it leads
that's the
to.
one. Yep. Yeah, it's a Wix site. It's free. And it's
Yeah.
actually a great program.
No, it is. It
And I'm
is. It's
TurboBob
awesome.
129.
Yeah. So I'll definitely put all those links in the description. What was the Twitter again?
TurboBob
TurboBob
129.
129. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Let me follow you right now.
There you go. Yeah.
So, thank you a lot, Bob, for taking the time to do this quick interview. I learned a lot from it. I gained a lot of valuable insights and definitely will will revise my strategy based on what you said, especially with the selling on the breakout, right?
Yeah.
That is
Well, Wilson, look, anytime you want, feel free to contact me, or if you want to
yeah,
do another interview and, down the road, see how things are developing.
yeah,
Always happy to chat. Always happy to help guys. It's a great community, and I'm happy to be part of it and just happy to help where I can.
definitely. And keep posting out good materials, man. I'm following all your stuff. I watch your,
Okay.
your watch list, your stock list. Keep it up, man.
Well, I'm going to make I'm actually, my next thing I'm doing right now is making a video on mankind. So there you go.
Oh, gotcha. Looking forward to that. Last question. Last
Okay.
question. What do you like to do on the weekends? Since markets are closed.
Yeah, no. It's I'm a very active guy. In the summertime I road bike, I mountain climb, I hike, I play golf, and I do yoga. Yoga is a great thing. To keep the body limber and the mind clear. Wintertime, I'm a big skier.
Hmm.
I do things like ice climb.
Hmm.
I water kayak. What else do I do? Drive fast. All the things that.
I like to drive fast too. I'm
There you
pretty
go.
sure
Yep.
all
So
traders like to drive fast.
yeah.
Right.
So I'm an addict. I got timeshare at Betty Ford Clinic. So
Wow. Wait, you said you got 34 clinics?
no, I said I have a timeshare at the Betty Ford Clinic.
Oh, gotcha. Okay. Oh,
Just
I'm
kidding.
about to
Just
say
kidding.
for a
I'm just
second.
kidding.
That's a good one. All right, Bob. Thanks for chatting. Thanks for doing this
Okay.
interview once again. I look forward to chatting more with you in the future, and I got so much more to learn from you. So,
Okay. Well,
thank you for
chat to
your
you.
time. Talk
Yep.
soon.
Goodbye.
Well, I hope everyone enjoyed that interview. If you enjoyed it and you want to hear more, you want to see more stock videos, please subscribe to the channel as well as give this video a thumbs up. You can follow me on Twitter at iswilson8.